Greetings, what is up, and a very warm welcome to the channel. The sun is shining and the magpie is casting. Coming at you guys right now with a live 1 vs 1 battle featuring spawning in the west. It is going to be the Overcommand West forces of PanzerGrenadierAngreifen. And spawning in the east, it is going to be the United States forces of Coastin, who I'm guessing is not going to try very hard. He's just going to try and coast his way to an easy win here. He's just going to kick on back. He's probably got a little bit of chocolate milk and a little sandwich here on the side. He might even be reading the newspaper. He's not really trying that hard at this game, but we'll see if he can. We'll see if he can do anything here against PanzerGrenadierAngreifen, who is a pretty potent player and seems to be practicing OKW pretty hard these days. So yeah, Semyoski going to be the map. Not one of my favorite maps, just going to be brutally honest. Tend to veto this one. I got no problem with the winter one. I just find that Semyoski regular is it just becomes all about having an MG in this building, like overlooking here, or having any kind of MG or mortars or whatever overlooking this bridge. Or if you're spawning in the east on this map, it's just all about having mortars and MGs overlooking this bridge. I just find that, like, you need more than just like one bridge leading to the middle area of the map in order to be that viable. And yeah, I know there are other ways into the middle of the map. You can come all the way down here and things like that. It's just that these are so far from your base. It actually becomes quite hard to get your units over here if your opponent is winning. And like, you're just never going to get them over here if your opponent has control over this kind of location. So for me, the map is just too often decided by chokeholds on either this bridge or this bridge. But that may be testament to my low level of play. I don't really know. I'm just not really sure. And it definitely doesn't go that way like every game. Probably less than half the time, but enough of the time to annoy me. Anyway, PanzerGrenadierAngreifen here. Looks like he's gone for 2 Kubelwagens. This seems to be his standard build, and I imagine we'll see more squads of Volks hereafter. I got to cast a game of his just now where he was playing against UKF, where he went for a very similar build. So yeah, favouring the double Kubel. Interesting to see that he still favours it against USF, where you don't have the Vickers or the Maxim to worry about so much. The double Kubel, of course, very effective against MG teams in the early game. But I guess that on this map and against USF, you can make use of the Kubelwagen's capturing potential. And just, you know, raid some points off of your opponent, which, you know, that makes a lot of sense. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's see exactly what utility Angreifen is able to milk out of these Kubelwagens here as we move forward. Already harassing with one in the north. Looks like he's also going to grab this fuel point. Remember, Kubelwagens do capture slightly faster than regular infantry. Not much, but slightly. So making use of that here is Angreifen. Storm Pioneers here going to get up on top of these rear echelons who really need to get out of here. Why are these echelons just staying to die? Oh my god. That was just a late fallback there from Coastin. He's getting absolutely... Yeah, there's no excuse for that. No excuse. That fallback should have been coming down much earlier. And you know, the rear echelons get rinsed because of it. So that just plain sucks. That's just a mistake there from Coastin. No two ways about that. Now let's see, Rifleman here going to be closing the distance on these Volks, taking a little bit of damage coming across the open, and now the Volks kind of trading really quite well at this range. There we go, finally the Rifleman starting to catch up. That semi-automatic Garand, very effective at this kind of range. And now it's 2 men apiece. The Rifleman should be able to swing this. It kind of comes down to the RNG a bit. Boom, there we go, and the Volks are actually gonna persist here. Very irritating for Coastin, who's gone for a mortar. That unit now just moving on into the middle of the map. But I don't know about the mortar here. I don't really think... I mean, do you really go mortar against double Kubelwagen? Surely not. Surely you go for, like, more riflemen or something. Or you just go, I don't know, straight for captain or something? I'm not quite sure. This is a good map for a mortar, but oh wow, and he just runs it straight into Volks in a building as well. So that mortar just not doing very well, and it's kind of all falling apart here for Coastin. This is not how the early game is supposed to look at all for USF. PanzerGrenadier, let's crack the tack here. PanzerGrenadierAngreifen is everywhere. He's already achieved a squad wipe. American units are in disarray, not regrouped at all, having to fall back across the map. Got some more riflemen getting double teamed up here in the north. Storm Pioneer's going to get right up on top of them. There comes the fallback. Should be in time, that fallback, but the Storm Pioneers here going to try and pursue. They do get another rifleman, so nicely done. They may be able to get one more rifleman, unlikely. So good damage here for PanzerGrenadierAngreifen. Very much good damage. Very much going his way, I would say here. The Kubelwagens, of course. I mean, he's proven his mettle microing them in the last game I just cast. He managed to have 2 Kubelwagens survive to like the 16-ish minute mark and be very useful. Remember, once they get 1-star of veterancy, they can reveal enemy units through Fog of War, which is basically broken. I mean, the range at which they reveal enemy units is just so good. Oh no! Oh god, no! This rifleman just falling back in a precarious location. He does go down! Oh! Oh, that's so savage for Coastin. Oh my god. Okay, look, Coastin, buddy, sometimes everything goes apart. Sometimes you forget to build your second pylon and you supply block yourself at like the 2.5 minute mark. Sometimes you have an opening like this with USF where you're down to 2 squads of riflemen at like the 5.5 minute mark, let's say. And that is dire. I'll be honest, if I was Coastin, I would probably just get out of this game already. Like, this has just gone so badly. I mean, credit where credit's due. He's going to stay, and the USF are a very powerful faction, but he gets a nice rifle grenade there as well. But I kind of feel like this is when the USF are supposed to be the strongest, you know? You're supposed to have the triple cap. You're supposed to be bossing the map right now and kicking ass. Yeah, I know OKW are not Ostia, and I know it's not always that easy against OKW, but I feel like Coastin has not been making full use of the resources and the units at his disposal here. And he's getting punished for it. I think he needs to... I mean, he is firmly the dog now. He is the underdog in this matchup. So what he needs to do is regroup his forces and make an attempt here for some control of the map. It's up to him where he decides to push north, south, or mid. But, you know, I think his units are too few now that he can just try and spread them across the map. Because then he's just got lone squads getting ambushed by multiple squads of OKW. And that doesn't tend to work so well. There's a Panzer II Lukes coming on the way. So obviously that mechanized regiment here for PanzerGrenadierAngreifen has finished. And more riflemen are coming on out here for Coastin, who still has yet to commit himself to an officer. I think it has to be a captain, whether he knows this or not. I mean, because he doesn't know that there's a Lukes coming. He has got no scout on this mech reg whatsoever. But if he did know about the mech reg, he'd probably want a captain, because he probably wants the AT guns and the Stuart and the Zook on the captain. These are all good things when there's a Lukes on the field. Trouble with going for the Stuart, I suppose, is that it gets countered pretty hard by a Puma. But at least it's an option you have, and I don't really like going for captain here. I don't really think captain brings a lot to the table when your opponent's this far ahead and already has a Kubel. So, sorry, a Kubel, a Lukes. So, yeah, I reckon it's got to be captain here. We'll see what the choice is going to be here momentarily. How much is a captain? Like 280, and it's like 55, 60 fuel, something like that. 60 fuel, yeah. Oh, he's 200. God damn, that's a cheap unit. My god, that's like a cheap tech upgrade, let alone unit. Damn. And wow, that and that's the end of that game. 7 minutes and 39 of pure unadulterated destruction here from PanzerGrenadierAngreifen. And Coastin here, he's decided to GG, of course, because there's a Lukes coming into his base, and he has no way of stopping that Lukes from just parking on his face and shooting all his dudes in his base forever and ever till the end of time. And that's a pretty bad situation to be in. So, wow, that just didn't go very well there for Coastin at all. I think the most appropriate one-screen metaphor for that has to be this rifleman getting cut down in a blaze of gib. This is about how well that game went for Coastin. Can we see his face here? No, we can't. Not really. The anonymous soldier here just going down, and yup. I don't really think there's much more to say. Just, you know, next time, don't lose your rear echelons needlessly. And, you know, if you realize you're on the back foot, I mean, realize you're on the back foot a bit sooner and regroup these riflemen. You know, don't let them get cut down out in the field. You know, he let one squad up in the north get cut down and then have to fall back, like, and he should have fallen that squad back earlier, basically. And then he let the other squad down here in the south actually get wiped, which was, to be fair, that was very unlucky. It was a max range squad wipe from a Volksgrenadier KAR 98K, but, you know, it was set up and played for by PanzerGrenadierAngreifen, and sometimes you get these things. So, you know, I think you can hardly complain as Coastin that squad wipe came through. And that leaves him with no tech, no options, no AT really, except for a rifle grenade, one rifle grenade, against a Panzer II Lukes at the 7.5 minute mark. And that is how you lose the game. Not much more to say on that one. PanzerGrenadierAngreifen tearing it up on the ladder today. Very nice to see. So, yeah, wow. I mean, that was a rapid cast, no doubt. But that does conclude this cast. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more in the very near future. And for now, this is Magpie842 signing out.